2025 MLB season, as we know, unfortunately came to an end last week for the Boston Red Sox, and now it's time to look towards the offseason. In today's video, I am going to give you my 5-step plan for the Red Sox perfect offseason. I do want to make a quick disclaimer, okay? This is my perfect offseason. If everything went according to plan, if John Henry said, screw it, I'm spending all the money in the world, if Craig Breslow said, F them prospects, I'm making all the trades, this would be the perfect offseason. I am not saying this is going to happen. I have no inside sources that this is going to happen. But if I were in charge, this would be my perfect Red Sox offseason. Before we get into it, we gained a lot of subscribers, added a lot of new friends into our family over the last few weeks covering the postseason. And I want to know, where are you watching from? Shout out your city down below in the comments. I want to get to know every single person that is a subscriber and loyal watcher of this channel. So you let me know. Shout out your city down below in the comments. I'm going to be looking at the comments, so let me know down below in the comments section. My biggest needs, okay? Alex Corey gave his biggest needs on the 310 to Left podcast earlier today, and they were pretty ambiguous. They were like, hey, we got to get healthy. We got to do this. We got to do that. I have, like, actual needs, okay? A power bat. I think we all know this. They talked about this in the end-of-season press conference. We need to hit more home runs. As much as that makes me kind of, it makes me feel dirty because I don't want our offensive, structure to be just hit home runs. But we do need a power bat. Like, what was it? 25 home runs by Trevor Story led the team. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. You need a power bat. A number 2 starter. Bayo's not a number 2. Giolito's not a number 2. Nobody you've got is a number 2. You need that 1-2 punch with Garrett Crochet. I think a number 2 starter is another huge need. And then outfield flexibility. We'll get into it a little bit later in the video, but there's too many ducks on the pond, and you need to have at least a little bit of flexibility when it comes to your outfield. But the biggest need, and I think the first thing that the Red Sox must do if they want to have a perfect offseason, it's retain Alex Bregman. Number 1. Priority number 1. Retain Alex Bregman. Now, I already can hear it. I can hear all the keyboard warriors typing. I can hear them. I can hear them getting their comments down in the comments. They're saying, but Jack, he's so injury prone. I don't want him. He's not worth it. Let him walk. I've been seeing those comments for months now. But Jack, he's so injury prone. I don't want him. I don't want to spend the money. Are you sure about that? Because I, did the investigative journalism that I was taught how to do at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, and I looked at his games played over the past 5 years. So, 2021, he only played 91 games. That was because of a quad strain, which we talked about when he had his quad strain this year. 2022, 155 games. 2023, 161 games. 2024, 145 games. Producer Avery, do you know how many games are played in a Major League Baseball season? 162! Injury prone? He had the quad strain this year, of course. He missed a bunch of weeks. He had a quad strain in 2021. But those 3 years in between, he played basically the entire season. So, spare me with the injury-prone crap. Like, the number, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Give me a break. But Jack, he's so old, Jack. He's so old. Oh, guys. Guys. If we look at the stats, I did more investigative journalism here. And I looked at his last 4 seasons, okay? Just as a sample size, his last 4 seasons. You could argue, and I'm not going to read out all the stats, but, what year did he have his highest OPS? Oh, this year. What year did he have the second highest OPS plus? Oh, this year. What year did he have the highest average? Oh, this year. Didn't have as many home runs, didn't have as many RBIs because he didn't play as many games because of his quad. But you could argue if he played an entire season, this would be his best season of the last 4. So, it just seems like he's aging like a fine wine. Am I crazy for saying that? I don't think so. Bregman should retire a member of the Boston Red Sox. I firmly believe this. I am going to stake my claim and die on this hill this offseason. I am. And I know everyone in the comments is going to disagree with me. I've seen it all year. He's great defensively. Great defensively at third base. Way better than Rafael Devers ever was. He hits the ball, and he does it well. I get it. He slumped at the end of the season. He was recovering from an injury. And he is the leader in this locker room that this locker room desperately needs. I've talked about this ad nauseum. Ad nauseum. He is the leader that you need in this locker room. So priority number one. I've talked about this for 6 minutes now because it's important. Priority number one. You need to retain Alex Bregman. You let me know, though. I'm going to give you the floor. Okay? Should the Red Sox bring back Alex Bregman? Y for yes if you think they should, N for no if you think they should not. Let me hear it. I want to hear your thoughts. I gave my thoughts. You give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. All right, something I think all of us can agree on as my number 2 step in this perfect offseason plan is trade for Joe Ryan. My second biggest need by far was a number 2 starting pitcher. You got your number 1 last year with Garrett Crochet. And this is what the trade looked like. You gave up 4 prospects. Kyle Teal, Braden Montgomery, Chase Mydroff, Winkelman Gonzalez. 2 of those guys are already in the big leagues. Kyle Teal and Chase Mydroff. Braden Montgomery was your first-round pick from the year before. Kyle Teal was a member of the Big Four, if you guys, the Big Four prospects. And this was considered not a huge package because at that previous trade deadline, the White Sox were asking for Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Christian Campbell, and the Red Sox said, absolutely not. Color me crazy. I don't think I am, though. I personally think Ryan goes for less. A bunch less? Maybe not. But I do think he goes for less. Because if you compare the two, he's not nearly the pitcher that Garrett Crochet is. He's not. He's really, really good. I do not want to discount how good Joe Ryan is. He's really good. I'm just saying in terms of how expensive he might be, I think he'd be less expensive than Garrett Crochet. But still, if you trade for Joe Ryan, you're a contender instantly, in my opinion. Because you have that dominant 1-2 punch that not many teams in baseball have. If you can have a solid 1-2, you're cooking with gas. And then you add in Brian Bayo, Connolly Early, the other huge pool of starting pitching depth that you have that's been injured this year. If you add all of that in, your rotation could be absolutely lethal. So go make it happen. I talked about it in yesterday's video. You've already started the dialogue. You did that at the trade deadline. You did the hard work at the trade deadline. Just finish the job and go trade for Joe Ryan. My next one, a lot of people are going to like this one. Talked about getting a power bat. Who's better of a power bat to get than Kyle Schwarber? I mean, is still having in the postseason, but in the regular season, he had an incredible year. I don't love the 240 batting average, but I can forgive that when he's got an OPS of 928 and he hit 56 ding-dongs. I can forgive the 240 batting average. And by the way, he's already known Boston. He was made, in my opinion, for Boston. We only saw him in a short sample size for a half a season. But he was made to be a member of the Boston Red Sox. One of the biggest mistakes the Red Sox have ever made. Mookie Betts obviously is number 1. Babe Ruth probably number 2. Babe Ruth's probably number 1. Mookie Betts probably number 2. I flipped that. Babe Ruth's probably number 1. Mookie Betts is probably number 2. But another one, probably, top 5. Biggest mistakes the Red Sox have ever made, at least in my lifetime, is letting Kyle Schwarber walk. Bring him home. The only reason why I hesitate with Kyle Schwarber is because there is a pretty big barrier by the name of Dave Dombrowski, who we know we're pretty familiar with Dave Dombrowski. He ran the Red Sox for quite a few years. Dombrowski's not going to let him leave. Dave Dombrowski is incredibly aggressive. And I suspect, and I think a lot of people suspect, that Dave Dombrowski is going to throw Schwarber a bag, grossly overpay for Schwarber so that he doesn't go anywhere. So while in my perfect world, and again, this is my perfect offseason, in my perfect world, we sign Kyle Schwarber, I think it's easier said than done. If they do sign Kyle Schwarber, though, you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to make a video for it. And that's exactly why you subscribe to the channel. We are on the hunt for 7,000 subscribers. Just because the season's over doesn't mean we're done. Videos every single day. And we're in kind of a dead period until the World Series is over in a few weeks. Not going to be a lot to talk about. But I'm still going to be here every single day making videos for you guys. I'm filming 2 videos today so I can have one ready for tomorrow. 644 people needed to get to 7,000 subscribers. The goal by opening day is 10,000 subscribers. That is the goal by opening day next year. We got to get to 644. Join the family today. Become the most knowledgeable Red Sox fan in your friend group or your family or your classroom. Number 4. This is going to be another controversial one. Trade an outfielder. My biggest need, number 3, was outfield flexibility because you've got too many. I know I can hear producer Avery in my ear saying, Jack, and she's saying what you're all saying. Jack, we've got 2 outfields worth of players here that are potential options. You got Jarren, you got Willier, you got Cedon. That was your starting outfield to start the year. You've got Roman Anthony, who's going to be back. He is going to be the future face of your franchise. Christian Campbell got 1 million reps in AAA at the end of the year in the outfield. And then you've also got the password Yostinson Garcia. Something's going to have to change. And let's not forget Masataka Yoshida. You got him as well. That's 7. Something's going to have to change. And every single report that's out there, every single one. Breslow even said that anything's on the table in terms of the outfield, in terms of in general. Everyone believes at least one outfielder is going to be traded this offseason. And this is where the controversy comes in. It's who do you trade? This breaks my heart. It breaks my little old heart because I love Jarren Duran. But he makes the most sense. A.J. Preller, the head honcho of the San Diego Padres, wants Jarren Duran so bad. It has been every year for the last few years how A.J. Preller is trying. He's clawing. He's trying. He wants Jarren Duran in his outfield so bad. I think you take the call this year. I think you listen to what A.J. Preller has to say. What are you willing to give us? It's not going to be a package like he probably would have given this past offseason, but I still think that his value is high among other major league teams. I love Jarren Duran. We know this. I have a Jarren Duran City Connect jersey from this year. I bought it the day it came out. But we have to also accept the fact that he is not who he was in 2024. He is not the American League All-Star MVP. I was there. I cried. It was awesome. I'm literally wearing the hat from it. He's not who he was. He was a shell of himself offensively. He still had a good year, no doubt, but he had one scorching hot a month in the middle of the summer, and the rest of them were just kind of okay. And defensively, he's a liability. I mean, I don't like to do this, but a lot of people are doing this. You could blame him for the loss in Game 2 against the Yankees, him dropping that fly ball in the outfield. Like, that ended up costing them a run. So, I love Jarren Duran with all my heart. He's my favorite player on this current team. But we also have to accept the fact that he has regressed offensively. He's not like he was in 2024 in his offense. Of any of the other outfielders, Anthony, Cedon, Willier, his offense is the worst. Willier won a Gold Glove his rookie year. Cedon has platinum glove level defense, and he's probably going to win a Gold Glove this year. I would bet Roman Anthony wins at least a Gold Glove or 2 in his career. Duran ain't anywhere close to winning a Gold Glove, in my opinion. Let me know. Would you trade Jarren Duran? Just comment yes or comment no down below in the comments. This is going to be, again, another topic we are talking about a lot this offseason. Who goes? And is it Jarren Duran? You let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, offload Masataka Yoshida's contract. I think that this is something that's been needed to be done for a while. And I think this offseason is the offseason where they actually do it. Remaining on his deal, 2 years, $337.2 million. I love the kid. He's got the running form of Usain Bolt. He is great, but he's not what you paid him for. He's not. He doesn't have the power pop that you probably thought he might have had. He's hit some home runs, but he's not what you thought he was. He's a great contact hitter. Showed it at the end of the season, but he's not an outfielder. They can claim he's an outfielder, but every time a pop fly got hit to him this year, I held my breath. I did. Offloading his contract adds so much roster flexibility for the offseason because he's not holding up the DH position. Like, if you bring in Kyle Schwarber, there's no guarantee he's going to be an everyday defender. It would make sense to just make him your DH. But you can't do that if you have Masataka Yoshida on your roster. Secondly, his value might not be any higher than it is right now. His value was non-existent at the beginning of the season when you had him on the Phantom IL. It was non-existent. They didn't want him to play a single inning of baseball until people started getting hurt. But then he finally showed up, and he showed up when it mattered most. He showed up in the wild card. He showed up at the end of the season, but then he also showed up in the wild card. 7 at-bats. 4 hits out of the 7. 2 RBIs. And runs were very hard to come by. Only 1 strikeout. He had an OPS of 1.143 in the wild card. His value, I genuinely believe, will never be higher than it is right now. So I think that at the end of the day, they are going to have to offload Masataka Yoshida. However, I do want to make this known as well. You will probably have to add either cash, to at least a little bit of cash, or a prospect to sweeten the deal. He's not going to be able to go on his own. This is going to be my last question, then we're going to get on out of here. What would you do with Yoshida? T for trade if you trade him, K for keep if you keep him. I mean, there is an argument to keep him. I don't know if it's a very sound argument, but there is an argument. But you let me know. T for trade, K for keep, and let me know why down below in the comments. That's where we're going to end it, guys. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. We're going to have another video tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. You get it. We're going to have videos every single day for you guys. We're also going to have short-form content anytime there's an injury news. Like we had the short on Connor Wong's wrist/hand surgery earlier today. Never miss anything around the Boston Red Sox. I promise you, you will be a smarter Red Sox fan if you subscribe to this channel. Don't miss out. Join the family. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, go Sox.